Here we go.
Got everything?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Here, honey. An offering for the king.
See you later, Mom.
Listen to your teacher, okay? And, give the king my best.
Dance with an angel, Mom.
Yeah. Maybe we'll tango today instead of waltz.
That's our way of saying goodbye. My husband is an Air Force pilot and refers to fighter planes as angels. When he'd go on a mission that kept him away from home, I'd tell him in frustration to go dance with his angels. Matilda grew up hearing this, and now she uses it all the time. There's a nice view of the King's Bridge from our house. That iron giant is the pride of Grace Maria, our capital city. In the old quarter of the city beyond the bridge, you can make out an ancient castle, which is even more famous than the bridge. My daughter Matilda is going there on a field trip today. In the throne room rests the Golden King. He's been smiling for a good 600 years now. The king was a gentle person who was a bit on the small side, but he crafted a giant suit of armor that convinced his enemies to surrender without a single fight. Afterwards, they found such warmth in his smile that they bowed down to him in humility. Anyway, that's how the story goes. His smiling face still touches the hearts of our people. The very face my daughter and the others got on a bus to see this morning. The song on the radio seems to be a perfect match for the sunny weather. I have no idea what's happening. That awful sound and the shaking. Was that a blast of wind from an explosion? The castle disappeared behind a pillar of flame.
Attention all pilots. Our capital city, Grace Maria, is under attack by unknown aircraft. Damage from the attacks is widespread throughout the city. All planes scramble and intercept all threats immediately.
Garuda team, time to take off.
You're cleared for takeoff. Don't get overeager. Just do what you always do. Garuda 1 liftoff. Cerberus team runway clearance granted. Takeoff when ready. All aircraft under Airborne Command's jurisdiction following takeoff. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill.
Airborne warning and control system ghost eye to all scrambling defense craft. The situation has not yet been ascertained. We must implement an emergency reformation. Follow your individual instructions. Garuda 1, you do not have a wingman. Let's see. Shamrock. Shamrock, are you alone too? Very well. As of now, you're Garuda 2.
Okay. So I'm Garuda 2. Garuda 1, I've got your back. No time for introductions now, though. Go ahead and I'll follow your lead. Never was good with directions anyhow.
Garuda team, you are authorized to engage any hostile aircraft above Grace Maria.
Roger that. May the Golden King smile upon us.
Reinforcements, stay alert.
Ghost Eye to Garuda 1 Talisman and Garuda 2 Shamrock. We are currently in a state of emergency. Our nation is under attack by unknown forces. Do whatever you can to fend off the invasion.
Garuda 2, roger that. Garuda 1, you call the shots.
This is Commander Windhover of the 15th Squadron. The enemy is expanding its field of attack. Stay alert.
Garuda 1, there's too many of them. Use your SP weapon.
All ships determining enemy forces over the bay. Get those anti-air guns ready for battle.
Focus all anti-aircraft fighters and bombers. Don't let them get any closer.
We interrupt this program for an emergency news report. Grace Maria is currently under attack by unidentified aircraft. The damage apparently extends throughout the entire capital.
Please be safe.
We've got an ID on the invaders. We're engaged with the Estovakian military.
The Estovakians? Their economy's been in shambles for years. Looks like they finally snapped. Looks like the Stovers are running out of steam. Had enough, boys? Marines seem to be off. Enemy tanks have made it to the ground and they're coming at us. Prepare to engage.
Shamrock, Ox 2.
Don't let any of them get by. I'll take care of this one.
Fox 3.
So those bastards think they can barge into someone's house without even calling first.
Unbelievable. I say we teach them a few manners before we kick them out.
Somehow managed to evacuate everyone. I just hope they don't drop a bomb on us.
The Estovakian threat level has been reduced. You should be able to hold out against them.
Garuda 1, we've almost got them. Let's do this one plane at a time.
Our runway's being bombed to hell. It's totally useless now. Stand your ground. Nice work. Take care of as many of those tanks as you can while they're up in the air. Like starfish in a barrel. Miss.
An intense ground war is taking place in the East District. We strongly urge all citizens of Great Marion to stay indoors at this time.
Calm down and give me a sit rep. Which bridge are we talking about? Move the tank company advance. Keep those airborne tanks from moving in.
Garuda team, watch your necks out there. Stick with close-range targets and run them down.
Attack one. Box 2.
is even lower now. Drive them out of Ameria. Wilco!
Zygon to Strigan team. We are prepared to launch. Strigan leader to Zygon. We will commence mission operations once your delivery is complete. Attention all aircraft, we are ready for Nimbus launch. Begin the countdown. Booster ignition complete. Launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire! Engage the enemy at will following Nimbus impact. Finish them off.
What's this? Missiles?
No! Number 3, your radio's down. Number 3, where are you? One of the cruise missiles just flipped in midair. Half our planes have been wiped off the radar.
What the hell was that? Where are they coming from?
Enemy cruise missile incoming.
Those are no ordinary cruise missiles. Evade like hell if you want out of this alive.
Damn it! What about our city? What about Grace Maria?
I just confirmed a massive explosion searching of Duncan 3. They must have a new weapon. Hey, I'm on your side. Isn't your IFF working?
Warning, additional enemy planes have been spotted on radar. You don't want to know how many.
This is Strigan 12. Target acquired. Moving to engage. Calling all civilian planes. Grace Maria shall be ours for the taking. Roger.
What's that?
A large-scale explosion has apparently occurred in midair. No further details as yet. I repeat.
Which direction are the missiles coming from? Right or left?
What the hell's happening?
This is Ghost Eye to all planes. Air Defense Command has ordered an evacuation. You've been ordered to give up Grace Maria. Break away from this airspace and head west.
Are you out of your mind? We can't comply with that order.
We are militarily at a huge disadvantage. Comply with the order and head west.
This is Avalanche. We're not going anywhere.
Listen! It's only temporary. The plan is to withdraw, meet up with all remaining forces from each area, then regroup for a counterattack. We can't afford to lose you. Follow the order.
This is Garuda 2 to Garuda 1. We really should get out of here.
Target kill confirmed. That's it, Lucia. Looking good. We're going to sweep Ameria under the rug. Grace Maria is forward. I can't figure these guys out.
Garuda team, break away from this airspace and head west.
I've got lock on! Careful now. The enemy has you on radar. I missed.
I took a missile. My bird is fried. A missile alert? Where is it fired from? The captain's always on the ball.
Garuda team, you're about to exit the combat zone. Maintain your course west to leave the airspace.
Let's not panic now, people. We've got to stick together.
Garuda team, you've made it out of the combat zone. Head for the rendezvous point.
I promise we'll be back for you. Just a little longer. I promise.
Our military has escaped destruction because of your valiant efforts on the battlefield. But our capital, Grace Maria, has been temporarily occupied by Estavakian forces, and our central government has been usurped by them as well. The nation of Estavakia had declared war with our country as it simultaneously launched a surprise attack on Grace Maria. In response, the Republic of Emeria's Political Council unanimously adopted a resolution of open war against the Federal Republic of Estavakia. Our forces remaining on the Emerian mainland are still fighting in desperation to protect our country. Once our intelligence has been sorted and confirmed, the Republic of Emeria's armed forces must immediately regroup and counterattack against the Federal Republic of Estavakia. The beautiful country of Emeria belongs to us, and only us, the Emerian people.
Fire and smoke rises from the city before me. The King's Bridge is gone. Oh no. No!
Matilda!
I vaguely hear a scream of terror that sounds much like my own voice from afar. I feel as though the Golden King's gentle smile is moving farther away from me. Every now and then, I tell my daughter the story of the night some years ago. A night when the sky was radiant with shooting stars. That night, your father and I made countless wishes together. An asteroid called Ulysses came into Earth's orbit and disintegrated into millions of pieces, which poured down on the land below. As we watched the shooting stars that night, fragments from the asteroid rained down on our eastern neighbor, Estavakia, damaging a great deal of their infrastructure and devastating their economy. Soon after, the news reported that their nation had fallen into a civil war, one that would last for years. Eventually, the internal strife was brought to an end when the generals came into power. In the midst of hardship, the citizens of Estavakia were convinced that the only way they could recover as a nation was to rely on a military government led by these generals. Before long, they went so far as to invade our nation, the Republic of Emeria. Our military was forced to retreat to Kesid, an island far to the west. My husband, a fighter pilot, also hasn't come home since. I walk on. I am unable to think. All I can do is follow the others. Ever since we came to the twisted remains of my daughter's school bus, my soul has left me. I am empty. Some of our tanks are parked at the approach to the bridge.
There's a train still running on the other side of the river. She goes all the way out to the edge of the border. We've got to blast this bridge before the enemy gets a hold of it. So move it or lose it, people.
Here I see the wreckage of a jet that was shot down. On what's left of the nose, I can make out some writing. Melissa. It's my name. What a cruel twist of fate for me to see this. my pilot husband, who had left for work that day with the same loving look on his face as always. He had painted my name on his angel. I go into the crowd on the train and endure 2 weeks of pure hell before finally ending up at a refugee camp at the border. I don't know any of the names on the list. My compatriots, who have now become refugees, gather around a single radio to listen to the broadcast. Even though the station is broadcasting out of Grace Maria, occupying forces have taken complete control of the airwaves. The enemy must have completely overtaken our capital, Grace Maria.
And although newer parts of the city have suffered considerable damage, the castle and a significant section of the old quarter have escaped relatively unscathed.
The castle's okay.
However,
Thank God.
the announcer went on to say that our castle was robbed of countless antiquities that once were elaborately displayed in our castle. Stripped bare.
As the Estovakian military, it is our sworn duty to govern this crumbling nation and get it back on its feet, starting right here in Grace Maria. I found a group of street children in front of the central station here, where the area has literally been reduced to a slum. Step on up here, little girl. What do you have to say about all this?
Go dance with the angels, mister.
My ears were not deceiving me. That voice belonged to my daughter, Matilda.
I am Lieutenant Colonel Wojciech of the Estovakian Air Force. I arrived on a train to Grace Maria. To my detriment, I sustained a leg injury in the early stages of the war, relegating me to ground duty. I am now working as an intelligence officer for the Air Force. The ceiling has collapsed in the central station. From there, the city appears resigned to its fate beneath the Estovakian flag. What a pitiful sight. But at least there are no craters to mar the land. They are lucky in that sense.
Dance with the angels!
There goes my spare clothing. They will not be so lucky with these documents. What a miserable city this must be, with their children in such a state. The fine works of art, once displayed in this castle, were completely gone before the occupation forces arrived. Even the ancient armor of the Golden King, the collective heart and soul of the city's people, along with the crown, have disappeared without a trace. I must relay this unfortunate information back to the generals in my country. They were quite fond of those antiquities.
A large-scale formation of Estovakian bombers is heading toward Vitose, a city here on the island of Keswick. The enemy's plotting to storm Campania Airport, where our military is stationed, to stamp us out and put an end to this thing. Enemy bombers are approaching Vitose from the north. Our advance team estimates they'll be above the city in about 15 minutes. Air units are to cooperate with our radar facilities and resume operations. An enemy takeover of Vitose would mean the ultimate destruction of our country, Emeria, and of our Emerian people. Intercept them at once.
Garuda 1, which plane should I select? How about my weaponry? Are we ready to fly with these planes?
Garuda team, time to take off.
Garuda 1, you are cleared for takeoff.
Those bombers have passed through the mountains and are still on course for Vitose. They're here. Head back to the base if you need supplies. You can land there at any time.
Takeoff complete. Good luck up there.
Garuda team, a formation of enemy bombers is on its way to Vitose. Take them out.
Fight a good fight, troops. You're our only hope.
This territory is all we've got left. Garuda team, it's in your hands. We've got to intercept those bombers. Stay within range of the radar facility. That should give you the upper hand in battle.
Garuda team, have you located the enemy bombers? We'll do what we can to help while you're within radar range of us. All pilots, make sure the bomber squadron can do its job.
Enemy bombers are approaching the city. Get on the scene immediately. More enemy bombers detected on radar. It looks like another formation.
All planes head back to base once you're out of bombs. Initiate bombing sequence. American Continental Forces have succumbed to the might of our army and rising into defeat.
This is the enemy's propaganda broadcast.
More planes are showing up on radar. It's another bomber formation. Intercept.
Our merciful government in their benevolence has taken it upon themselves to restore order to your former capital, Great Maria. And yet you seem intent on wasting away your final training, playing chips on raw games.
Damn it! What a bunch of lies!
Maria's taking her last already. This will all about that, Stogies. Don't be thinking you can get through here.
Enemy aircraft down. Garuda 1, ESM is active.
Second enemy bomber is down.
Get him! Get ready once more. Activated.
Lock on!
Missile strike confirmed. More enemy bombers incoming. There's quite a few this time.
Leave this to me. I'll smoke the rest of them.
bombers incoming. Intercept. 4th enemy bomber confirmed down. Keep up the good work.
5th enemy bomber's on its way down. At this rate, we'll get them all. How many do we have left? Stay in formation.
Bombers are still incoming. Stay sharp.
How could that have missed?
Launched a missile. I got a missile coming at me.
Take out those bombers first and foremost. Don't worry about the escorts.
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you! Estovakian trying to raise our entire country?
Missile break!
Missile strike confirmed.
At base number 7.
Careful now. The enemy has you on radar. Missile struck target.
Bomber number 8 confirmed down.
I've got lock on. Kill confirmed. Good job. 9th bomber down.
Missile went on target. All enemy bombers have been eliminated. We somehow plugged every last one of them.
Enemy bomber formation is confirmed down. I have to say you handled things well.
Hoping all that praise on us has got me a little too red in the face to go back home.
Roger that, Avalanche. I'll just report you as gunned down and missing in action.
That's pretty harsh, Ghost Eye.
All planes, it's time to get on home now. Try and make it back for supper.
Garuda 1, you are cleared for takeoff.
Those bombers...
The enemy bombers have been intercepted. Enemy aircraft around the Kesed perimeter have been significantly weakened. Our forces have taken advantage of this opportunity to arrange a swift counterattack. We expect the best from you.
My daughter is alive somewhere in Grace Maria. It took me days to get here. Days of walking. But I know this road ends somewhere up ahead. There was no need to think about how to cross the river. Didn't that soldier on the tank say they were going to destroy this bridge before the enemy came? I start to feel as if things never go as they are said to.
You've been ordered to start the mission now. The interception op was a success. and the Republic of Ameria's military has taken full to initiate a counterattack operation with all enemy forces have established a wide-scale defensive line. Our ground Garuda, multiple units will be simultaneously carrying out various Pay attention to this must be the first time you've ever participated in a mission of this. The battle simulator. Godspeed.
Which plane should I select? How about my weaponry? Are we ready to fly with these planes?
Garuda team, time to take off.
Nosedive to all forces. We're about to engage enemy units on the other side of the river from multiple angles.
This is Warlock Battalion. We'll be keeping the central unit occupied.
Alex Battalion here. We're set up to hit all enemy units on the east side. The two gunners here. We've got the west side covered.
Garuda team, provide cover for our troops on the ground and eliminate all Estovakian ground forces. Choose any area you want to cover. Cross the return line if you need supplies. It's at the south end of the airspace.
They've got way more guys than us. Great confidence booster, huh? Let's get on it, Garuda One.
Did you know that 90% of our operational forces are out on the battlefield? I love it. It's the bet of a lifetime.
Use the Operation ID device when the battle gets too heavy. Your radar display can be toggled for each operation.
Enemy ground units sighted. Commence fire. Steel gunners here. Moving to engage the enemy across the river. Requesting support. This is Eurotech. Chopper unit. Confirm self-propelled artillery across the river. Artillery battalion. We're looking at the Yellow Jacket. They've got too many anti-aircraft guns. We can't get in close enough. Fly still. Don't let up. We must keep them back at all costs. We don't have much time. All tanks, make quick work of these guys. The operation's going smoothly.
Don't let enemy forces reach Warlock Battalion. Take them out before they cross the bridge.
Enemy down.
I've got a lock.
Enemy forces are down to 50%. Keep it up. Fighter pilots, do you read me? Those were some fancy moves. Take out the rest like that.
Garuda 1,
facility was destroyed.
We've taken control of the gun site. Thanks for the air support. Those guys are reliable. Steel gunners here, moving to attack main enemy forces from the west.
Roger that. Garuda team, move on to a different unit. Ghost Eye to Garuda team, listen up. Aircraft that have already completed their operation objective are being sent your way. Call them in when you need backup.
Fox 2!
Garuda 2, roger that.
Quack's battalion is a small-scale unit. Don't let the enemy surround them. They'll need the best backup you've got to offer.
Keep on firing. Get through this and the main battalion's up next. Those stovies have no skills. This'll be a walk in the park. This is Quax, advancing to engage enemy across the river. Do me a favor and take care of any little guys trying to get in our way. We can provide ground assistance once you're ready for ESM. Aim for the slow ones first and let the Air Force deal with the sky. All pistol down. Get moving. Let's make our life easy, Air Force. This is Quax, preparing to engage central enemy from the east.
Enemy forces have been dealt a heavy blow. All planes, move into action against any forces still remaining.
They're not going anywhere. I won't let them get away. Talisman, don't go thinking we can win this war all by ourselves. If the enemy becomes more than we can handle, don't be afraid to request Allied support.
I missed. Attention all tank battalions, commence delaying tactics. Fox 2! I can draw it in closer. This one won't give up. Don't get overzealous. Our tanks can deal with the ground. Anti-aircraft gunners, keep those fighters out of range! The enemy's trying to weasel its way out. They fly around my watch. Damn it, they fired a missile at me.
Just cross over the safety line and head back to base if you need supplies.
Don't worry, I'll shake it. Missile went off target. Stop firing! Retreat! More missiles fired!
Half of the remaining enemy forces are down.
We're halfway there. Missile missed its target. Careful now. The enemy has you on radar. Roger that.
Hurry! The enemy's breathing down our backs.
Okay. I shook that one off somehow.
I'm gonna shake it off somehow! Going on. Radar secured. There aren't many stovies left out here. All planes, we're almost done. Don't get shot. Please respond. Anyone, it's you! It's you! Damn it! Damn it!
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you! Fox 2! How could that have missed? Lock on!
We can't hold the line. All units pull out. Fox 2, enemy fire missile. Enemy plane acquired. Lost my luck.
Garuda 1 evaded the missile.
A miss!
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you! Garuda 2 launched missile.
Enemy missile launch. Jake!
Careful now. The enemy has you on radar.
Garuda 1, ESM is active.
Almost in effective range.
Ugh, he evaded.
Enemy plane down.
Enemy plane down. This area has been cleared of enemy forces. Mission complete. Get back to base.
Looks like I won the bet.
That's one step closer to Grace Maria. Garuda 1, I've got a hunch we'll be going home a lot sooner with you on board. I'm counting on you, Talisman.
Ghost.
Thanks to your efforts, we have completed this mission successfully. Emirian forces were able to extend to the center of Kesed, expanding their power in the region. Estavakian forces were driven off the front line and have retreated to Bartolomeo Fortress, which is located in the center of the island. This mission should have given them a good taste of what our forces are capable of. Soon, we'll be able to drive all Estavakian forces out of Kesed.
So this guy's up next, huh? Hope he's happy with my name, rank, number, and birthday. 'Cause that's all he's gonna get out of me. He's all skin and bones, with eyes like a hawk. But that badge, and the cane. Old Hawkeyes here must have broken his wings in combat. Hey, look at me. I'm no different. The sky I took for granted now seems so far away. Now that my little adventure here with Hawkeyes is over, all that awaits me is a prison cell.
These prisoners have lost their will to fight. The Emirian military administration is broken. They have nobody in power to provide the support they need. It's only a matter of time before they collapse.
The final remnant of Estavakian forces on this island is concentrated on Mount Marcello in northern Kesed. The enemy is mainly distributed throughout this mountainous area, with Bartolomeo Fortress as its center of operations. Providing a variety of high-level defensive measures and offensive might, this fortress also boasts strong anti-air capabilities. Our ground unit in this mission is to split into two groups, to the east and west, along with an air unit mainly providing ESN, which gives us 3 units in total. Garuda team, we need you to cover each of these units in whichever order you feel is necessary. The situation will change depending on which turn a particular battle takes. You'll need to keep close tabs on the combat situation of each unit to successfully complete this mission. Our forces on the mainland are scattered and desperate, doing all they can to protect our nation. We need you to help guarantee their success on this mission. And success on this mission is measured by how much support you can provide them with.
Talisman, which plane should I pick? How about my weaponry? Are we ready to fly with these planes?
Garuda team, time to take off.
This is Ghost Eye to all planes. Initiate invasion of Bartolomeo Fortress.
This is Warlock. We've got the west route to the fortress. Quack's battalion here. We'll advance from the east. This is Snake Pit. Electron support plane. Moving to support ground forces.
Garuda team, I need you to provide backup for each battalion. Begin operation. Enemy aircraft approaching. Be careful. Use the Operation ID device when the battle gets too heavy. Your radar display can be toggled for each operation. Garuda team, give Quack's battalion a hand. Quack's battalion is heading for the first checkpoint at a steady pace.
Shamrock's engaging!
Enemy facility was destroyed.
My grandmother can move faster than those tanks. Enemy chopper unit confirmed. We'll need an air unit to take it out for us.
Quack's battalion is approaching the first checkpoint now.
Here they are. Launch! I'm hit! I'm going down!
Quack's battalion has arrived at the first checkpoint.
I'm tailing him.
Warlock battalion has arrived at the first checkpoint. Enemy facility taken out.
Brace yourselves. This isn't going to be a walk in the park. Target. I'll take care of this one. Fox 2. Switching to infrared surveillance mode. Damn, he evaded my missile!
I shook off the missile!
How did he shake me off?
Pushing ESM. This is frustrating variants to no end.
Missile coming at me! I might not make it! He's still on me!
Quack's battalion is heading for the second checkpoint at a steady pace.
Toss in a grenade! Come on, Miller, this is no time for cold feet!
Ground target destroyed.
I'm gonna shoot it fire! Don't need to strike anymore! My rudder! The target's dropped! I can't keep it up! Quack's battalion is under attack! Give them some backup! It was destroyed.
Evasion successful!
is going as planned. We're about halfway to the objective. Quox Battalion is approaching the second checkpoint now. Battalion has arrived at the second checkpoint.
Left side, incoming!
Garuda 1 bombs away. Enemy facility taken out. ESM is active. Ground target destroyed.
Damn it, they fired a missile. Oh, you take me off. I'm in full throttle. We gotta get over this one.
Quox Battalion has lost half its forces. The situation is getting worse.
Give me a bullseye. I'll take care of this one. Scissors, stick to my flank. Ah, it's the electronic support plane. ESM is coming in from Snake Pit. Now we'll be able to shoot with more accuracy. Fox 2.
Warlock Battalion is a little over halfway to the objective point. Just a little longer.
At the objective point. Quox Battalion. Everyone okay?
Quox Battalion has arrived at the objective point. Mission accomplished.
Talisman, don't be afraid to request allied support. Don't get overconfident. That train's got some wicked firepower.
Warlock Battalion is approaching the second checkpoint now. Warlock Battalion has arrived at the second checkpoint.
Time for some hot lead from above. It's an armored train again. Requesting backup. Get him. Get ready once more. We get through? Okay. This is looking good. We handle this. Fox 2. I got a missile coming at me.
Garuda team, back up the Warlock Battalion.
Watch out, I'll brake hard. Advancing straight forward. Damn it, they're closing in. Warlock Battalion is under attack. Need to provide cover.
Garuda 1, Fox 2.
We don't have enough anti-tank weapons. Get some more.
Enemy's got a SAM locked onto you.
I see them. Get ready to fire.
way.
Enemy's got a SAM locked onto you!
Damn it, they fired a missile at me. That's your second kill.
Enemy facility was destroyed.
Bandit dead ahead. This one's mine. Fox 2! Fox 2!
Lock on!
Oh, I missed. Workers, please lock!
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you!
Get him! Hit right once more!
Enemy facility taken out. Lock on.
We've made it to the objective point. Mission accomplished. Thanks for the support.
All planes, move on to the enemy fortress. Ground unit, continue engagement.
Roger. Talisman, it's time to mop the floor.
2 unknown enemy fighters have been detected. 2 enemy fighters approaching.
Roger. Initiating sweep. Leave it, can you hear me? I'm going up. This place is
A
hot.
Reaper's emblem! Those are the aces who attacked Grace Maria!
There's only 2 of them. Now's our chance to take them out.
Missile was evaded.
Those damn Americans. They don't know where they're beaten.
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you!
Just a bit longer. Warlock, so nice to see that street face again. Watch Battalion to join up with Warlock. Roger, Warlock Battalion combining with Quas. My face ain't that dirty.
Garuda 1's plane is damaged.
Careful now. The enemy has you on radar.
Okay, on to the next target.
Careful now. The enemy has you on radar.
All planes, move on to the enemy fortress. Ground unit, continue engagement.
Roger. Talisman, it's time to mop the floor.
2 unknown enemy fighters have been detected. 2 enemy fighters approaching.
Roger. Initiating sweep. There's one on board.
A Reaper's emblem! Those are the aces who attacked Grace Maria!
There's only 2 of them. Now's our chance to take them out.
Connecting ESM for Garuda 1.
Leave it, can you hear me? I'm going up. This place is ours. Those damn Americans. They don't know where they're beaten.
Lock on!
Warlock, so nice
Roger that. You can count on me. Missile missed its target. That ground target's history. Lock on!
Ground target destroyed. Enemy fortress threat level has been reduced. Garuda team, don't let your guard down.
This is Garuda 2. I took a hit, but I'm still airworthy.
Our self-propelled artillery has moved into engagement. Radar lock.
I have it!
SAM destroyed. Enemy fortress threat level is even lower now. Maintain current level of engagement.
Garuda team, we're in good shape too. Let's turn this place out.
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you! Box 2!
Enemy facility taken out.
Okay, I shook that one off somehow.
Once more.
Garuda 1 launched missile.
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you!
Garuda 1, ESM is active. Anti-aircraft gun taken out. Lock on. Keep an eye on your 6 o'clock.
Enemy's got a SAM locked onto you! SAM kill confirmed! Shamrock's been hit! I'm in pretty bad shape!
Enemy facility taken out. The enemy fortress has just about had it. Our ground unit almost has it under control.
Lock on! Box 2!
Lock on. Anti-aircraft gun taken out. Fox 2.
I'll take care of this one.
Careful now. The enemy has you on radar.
Fox 2. Ground target destroyed.
Fox 2, Fox 2. Landed in my sights.
Enemy dead ahead. Fox 2. Missed.
Hurry, shake me off.
I've got a lock.
Fox 2.
Careful now. The enemy has you on radar.
Enemy at 6 o'clock. The Bartolomeo Fortress is under our control. Nice work, Garuda team.
Garuda team, you guys work too hard. You're stealing all our thunder. Marion scum. It's no time to celebrate. We'll crush you in due time.
All planes, move on to the enemy fortress. Ground unit, continue engagement.
We have successfully retaken Bartolomeo Fortress. With the successful execution of this mission, Imarian forces have regained complete control of Kesset Island. A plan to retake the mainland is now in the works. We're about to get into some serious combat.
Our post to the Iron Bridge was shot to hell by enemy aircraft. Those ever-so-helpful choppers were nice enough to wait until the last second to come bail us out of that death trap. The three of us are all that's left of our company. Sergeant Torch is our driver. He never knows when to shut up. Sergeant Hobsbawm, who never says a damn thing, mans the gun. And I'm Sergeant McKnight, the captain. Since we're all sergeants, we had to draw straws for the captain's seat. And the winner is yours truly. I'd live sweet and easy on this island for the rest of my days if I could. The Flyboys, on the other hand, are workaholics. They drove a whole mess of enemy troops off this rock. And that's why we're holed up in this damn landing ship playing five-card stud. I don't know what those Flyboys are trying to pull, but this is the worst landing operation I've ever heard of. I always knew Donnie had sticky fingers. Apparently he was robbing banks before he joined the service. What an idiot.
Come on, just hear me out. About 5 years ago, before I joined the military, I was digging a tunnel straight towards Grace Maria's central bank when...
Donnie says the Estavakians haven't been able to get the safe open yet. He also says he dug an underground tunnel that got him within a few feet of the vault. Is this guy for real? But if he really dug a tunnel that close to the vault, I just want to know one thing. What the hell are we still doing here? Once we're back on the mainland, we've got to get to that bank before the Estavakians get their filthy paws on our loot. What do we got to lose?
I'm about to go over the mission contents. Finally, the day is near. We have organized enough troops and intelligence to retake the mainland. Soon the Imarian military will initiate an operation designed to take back the Imarian mainland. Our forces on the mainland are growing more exhausted as each day passes. If we don't act soon, they will be wiped out completely. Our bridgehead for disembarking troops on the mainland will be established at Rargam Beach, on the western tip of Ania. We're sending in units by air and sea. This is going to be a large-scale mission, so do all you can to see it through to the end. This mission will be divided into multiple units. 2 hovercraft units bringing our landing units to shore, and a fleet of ships to attack the enemy from out at sea. Our hovercraft unit needs support in order to bring in the landing unit safely, and for taking over points on the ground. Our fleet needs support in order to thoroughly defeat enemy forces close to the sea or in the vicinity of oil fields. It would be to our advantage if you could rush to various attack points and take them out before our units have to deal with them. Swift and accurate execution is extremely important in this mission in order to gain a secure foothold. Don't hold back. Show us what you're made of out there.